The WorkOS CLI is out, and it's ready to install Authkit into your apps. In fact, we literally pay an AI agent to install Authkit for you. Here to demonstrate the WorkOS CLI and talk about the unique skills-based architecture is Nick Nisi. Okay, so first, at a high level, what frameworks does this work with as of today?
Yeah, so well, let me just run it. So you can just run it easily by doing npx workOS. Of course, has to have the awesome ASCII art, and we're using workOS in this, and we're using it to do device authentication. So it immediately opened up my browser so that I can sign into workOS. And with this, I want to sign in with my workOS account. And so it'll just tell me, device activation. Does this code appear in your terminal? And sure does. Cool. So I will confirm. I'll go back here, and it's waiting for that. So it knows that I'm logged in. It knows that this is a Next.js app, so it did some detection on that. And it's going to ask me for my client ID. It's also going to ask me for an API key, but it doesn't log it. It doesn't do anything. It just puts it into a .env file in your Next app. It says it's completed. It went in, it configured your dashboard for you. So we didn't have to go into our WorkOS dashboard and set up our redirect URI. We didn't have to set up cores. And we didn't have to set a homepage URL. It set all three of them. So we have to make no stops at the WorkOS dashboard. And now this is that same next step, but we have a sign in and a sign up button. So let's just sign in. Done. I'm signed in.
And all you did was type WorkOS login. And
I didn't even have to do that. Just npx workOS install. So it's using the Claude agent SDK. And the agent part, the agents are really dumb. There's not a lot there except, hey, you have access to all these skills. Figure out which skill you need to run, in this case the Next.js skill, and go run it. And that's it.
Tell me a little bit about your usage of skills here. What do those look like? Is there a way that people can inspect that and learn about skills through what you've done for this?
For sure. If you go to github.com/workos/CLI, all of it is right here. You go look at it, and if you go specifically into the skills folder, well, the one we just ran was the Authkit Next.js skill. And this is what it is. Now, the number one thing that all of them do is sets up a blocking task. Please go read the actual README, because we keep that up to date, and you should definitely read that first. So it does that, and then it tells it some pre-fight validation, how to install the SDK, the decision tree, because Next renamed middleware to proxy, and then how to recover from errors. This is probabilistic. It's not going to work 100% of the time, but it's going to work sometimes. My next task is to add some evals to it to see if we can set a baseline and try not to regress when we're making changes to these.
Where is the compute for this happening? Does someone need to have a Claude account, or is this happening kind of behind the scenes on our end? What's the story there?
Yeah, great question. You do not have to have Claude on your machine, and you do not have to have a Claude account. The agent SDK is actually proxying all of the Claude requests back to workOS, where we can basically apply our Anthropic API key and then pass them along to Anthropic. And so we're not exposing that key, but we're also not making you pay for the AI usage here, the tokens. So it's a really easy way to freely do that and get workOS set up.
What are some areas where you think that there's more potential to kind of extend the WorkOS CLI moving forward?
Yeah. Let me just build my local version of this. I'm just going to get rid of everything, and I'm going to specifically delete my env.local file. This is where it stored that API key and client ID. I'll run install again, and this should pop up. Yep, it's going to have me authenticate again. So I'm going to sign in with my workOS account, confirm, and there we go. So it was able to, it fetched my credentials. It retrieved them automatically. For my staging setup, it was able to pull my API key and my client ID and immediately throw them into a .env behind the scenes. So we can truly go from, I'm going to sign up or sign in to my workOS account, and then it's going to be installed in this app and go.
So you have a level of item potency built into this as well.
Yes.
Then, where it's I'm new to the team, I don't have environment variables yet for my staging environment, and just log in, same command, and it just fills in the parts that you don't have.
For sure. So it's just as little friction as possible to get you up and running and going. You don't have to visit the dashboard at all. Now you should, of course, but later.
Of course, it's so beautiful. This is so great. I vividly remember so many teams like you get on and it's just kind of like, hey, who do I need to talk to airdrop me a handful of keys to start running this app? And so I see this and I'm like, oh man, that's so great. Like I just want to solve my own problem.
For sure. Another thing that you can do, because I mentioned those skills and how the agent is using those skills, you can list out all of the skills that it has. You can install a specific skill and you can target a specific agent like Claude Code or Codex. And so I'll just run it for all of them like this. And now I have all of those installed for me. And so now I should be able to just run Claude locally. And yes, yeah, there it is. You can now /command, because /commands and skills are the same thing now. So you can /command to talk to a skill.
Okay, so if I can summarize what we're seeing here, because all of this is open source and it's utilizing skills, you effectively eject it from the WorkOS CLI by like taking all of the skills out of it and putting it into your own skills directory.
Correct.
And you can debug them because you're just running a local skill now.
You're just running the local skill. It is charging me instead of charging WorkOS. In this case, it's the same thing, but it will use your local Claude instance in this case, or it can install it into Codex or Cursor or any of the agents that use skills, which I think is like probably almost all of them now.
All right, that's the WorkOS CLI. We're so stoked on skills. We've been building with AI a lot behind the scenes, and in 2026, we're excited to just share some of those stories and join the conversation. Next week, we'll have a live session where Nick shows how he built this CLI using AI workflows. If you want to catch that, get subscribed. I'm Fantastic. I'll see you soon.